Texas 95.7, the Armadillo. Craig Vaughn with you in the studio. It's time for WRCA Ranch Rodeo, presented by New Generation Supplements.
I'm overmotivated.
Apparently, much warmer this week. The weather better for you this week. Not so cold.
Jeremiah Johnson didn't have to show up.
I don't even know if we got one like on that. Thanks, guys. I sweated for nothing. I sweated with the oldies for nothing.
Nope, not even one like.
Dang.
Not a comment. Nothing.
Social media person.
All that, well, it was cold, so it doesn't matter. I was warm. I guess today I should came in a bikini. Would that draw attention?
That would probably get us broken internet material right there.
Censored.
Bring it.
They're in court right now about being censored. I refuse.
Stan, how are you over there, sir?
I'm wonderful.
Awesome.
We got Lehman, Shayna, and Casey in the studio.
Yes, sir.
2 rodeos.
Had you not went through that yet? I'm sorry,
Nope.
Craig.
You're all right. Doc, you pay for it later.
Doc way.
So we're gonna do 2. We're gonna do 2 shows.
Got
right?
2, right?
So if y'all are following us on whatever they follow us on,
There will be a
we'll do
cut.
Yep.
What the heck happened to your paper?
I had to spit my gum out.
Her dog ate her homework, Casey.
Yeah, starting in
We're on a budget at WRCA. We
Okay,
can't
anyways.
afford-
Casey, our resident New Mexican. How do you say this? Estancia? Is that right?
Estancia.
Estancia Valley Ranch
Yes, sir.
Rodeo.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. And Moriarty.
Moriarty.
He was the professor, right? In all the Sherlock Holmes. He was the best.
Yes, he
right?
was.
Okay, just double checking.
Yes,
All right.
he was.
Lots of hard words this morning.
Yes.
Oppenheimer
Damn.
was not.
Yeah.
Oppie was from, not filmed far from there. About
Yeah.
6 hours. North.
Yeah.
Have
All
you
right.
seen that movie?
Not yet.
Whew.
Probably
Good.
wait till it comes to my house.
One of those types.
He's not.
I
He's
don't.
passed away,
I'm getting
sir.
older and grouchy, and people pull out their phones nowadays, and they just like drive me nuts, man.
Yeah, people that text in the movie theaters. Casey, can you imagine?
It's rude.
Anybody would do that.
Can't stand it. Can't stand it.
See, these two,
I was grouchy in the
He
movie
made
theater
me-
20 years
I'm
ago,
not-
and I'm worse
Not
now.
bad.
he made me a sextistic on Sunday.
Don't even know.
Textistic. He
So
texted
the
me
top
while I was
horse.
in the movie.
Okay.
What
We're
are you
actually-
talking about?
All right, we're actually
Palms are
going.
sweaty again.
He did. He texted me. What are you guys all nervous for? You did, and I had to say I was in the movie,
Yeah.
and I had to bring up my phone, and I got the evil eye from the church lady in front of me.
Mhm.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, God, your hair's purple.
I'd have thrown stuff at you.
I had the biggest thing of popcorn because it said free refills. So I don't.
It's always one.
I'm
in
sorry,
every crowd.
everybody. I'm sorry, everybody. Go see Oppenheimer. It's really good.
Or however you pronounce it.
However it is.
Too many big words. Too many big words. We ready to do results?
Oppenheimer.
Yep.
We ready to do results?
Oppenheimer is the wrestler.
Oh my God!
Close
I'm
enough.
gonna go
Close
away.
enough.
Why?
Close enough.
See you
Top
guys.
horse.
We're actually going to start with event winners.
All right.
So, in the bronc riding was Slash W Cattle. Second place was Circle M8 Landon Cattle. And then third place was Silver Spur Ranch's Bell Division. And this was a 2-go-round rodeo, so these are the averages for Friday and Saturday night. In the sorting, first place was Circle M8 Landon Cattle. Second place was a tie. It was J Track Ranch, Bar SF,
Say that 3 times.
yeah, no, thank you. And Singleton Ranches. In the stray gathering, first was Circle M8 Landon Cattle. Second was Duval Landon Cattle, Traherne Ranches. Third place was Dinwiddie Cattle Company. In the branding, first place was Singleton Ranches. Second place was Circle M8 Landon Cattle. And then third place was Dinwiddie Cattle Company. In the wild cow milking, first place was Winders Cattle Company, Perrin Cattle Inc. Second place was Dinwiddie Cattle
just sound-
Company.
it's a
Wow,
tongue
this is
twister.
this is a difficult list for me this morning. Second place Dinwiddie Cattle Company. Third place Singleton Ranches.
Good to see. There's quite a few ranches getting action out of that deal.
There were, yes, for
That's
sure.
good to see.
Little spread.
Good to see. For folks that may not know, this rodeo kind of has a little bit of a difficult situation for everybody in the WRCA family, and so we're going to kind of touch on that a little bit at some point. But anyway, individual prizes, Casey Hooper.
Well, I kind of, we did top horse And it is kind of tricky, so bear with us here, just a smidge. But Top Horse is sponsored by Horselick, which did Lehman bring you your cap? I about texted.
Oh my goodness, I did
I
it
about
again.
texted you. I about texted you.
Danielle's
to say,
gonna fire me. Got you.
I wear it. I wear it, and I wear it like this so it faces the camera the whole time.
I'm just gonna need to put them in the car when I get back
about
to
texted you, but I was
for
in the
next
movies.
week. Yeah.
So, Jay Jackson, the horse was ridden by Jay Jackson, a good friend. I've known him since I was little. Out of New Mexico, go figure, off of the Bell Division of Silver Spur Ranches, Nevada Boone. That was that horse's name. I bet they call him Gambler. I don't know.
No wind hold.
I'm just saying. Might
No
have.
wind hold.
Might have. But Jay, he was pretty tickled about that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That was
For sure.
quite the big honor. So as we're talking about honors a little bit, we actually, it's amazing how our lifestyle is, Craig. And it's amazing how we all pull together. And it's amazing how, no matter if you know the person or not, everyone steps in.
Mm-hmm.
So when I read Top Horse and when I read Top Hand was won by Jackson Taylor. He went home to the Lord on Saturday at 5:22. And it was a Friday night. He had an accident in the bronc pen. Something that we all face. Something that could happen to us every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard from his friend and I've heard from a couple friends that he wouldn't have wanted to be doing anything else. You know, we sign up for stuff, but we never think it's our time to go home. So with that being said, the teams all pile in at that rodeo and they pick Top Hand, Top Horse. And it was unanimous that they gave the Top Hand to Jackson Taylor. How fitting is that? I mean, how fitting is that?
Mm-hmm.
So picture yourself losing a loved one. You're not there, okay? And find out that his comrades, you know, when I say cowboy world, I mean the girls too, all tell that family that he was picked as Top Hand. That's just, and Friday night they didn't compete on Saturday, and rightfully so. It was very heavy. Shayna was there, and you know, we've never talked about this before, Craig, so I'm stumbling over words because it's very, very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So when we go over the event winners, usually it's a, oh yeah, you know, whoa, yeah, we're going down the road, we're so excited. But when we tell you who the event winners are, there was almost like out of respect. And there wasn't a dry eye.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all out of respect and honor. And believe it or not, you will appreciate this. There's a song that Dean Martin did in the John Wayne movie. And it was called My Rifle, My Pony, and Me.
Mm-hmm.
And he would sing that. Random places. I heard he'd be naked in a water tank somewhere. No one could hear him, and he could hear that voice. And he was singing that song by Dean Martin.
That's funny.
So he was the life of the party. Shayna was, I hope I'm delivering a message that's very hard. He was a friend of yours. I mean, he was a friend of yours. He was like around your age. I was blessed to meet him the weekend before in WRCA. But he was new to our carded system, but not new to the cowboy world.
Right, yeah.
But I hear he was kind of life of the party.
Always.
Yeah. What's his dog's
Always.
name?
Tris.
He had dog with him at all times. So those of you driving, just reflect on, sometimes we just don't know what brings us. We ride on that edge of not inches, but centimeters from heaven to earth.
Mm-hmm.
We daily go on the edge
Mm-hmm.
between that. And it's not measured in inches, it's measured in time, of course, but tiny centimeters. If it could have been one little thing to the right, one little thing to the left.
Yep.
We just never know.
Yep.
So
So we're gonna this whole show right now is in his honor, and a lot of things are in his honor. But his comrade, like you say, the Cowboys chose him
they did.
to be Top Hand, and we recognize him today. Just praying for his family and the ranch he rode for, and everybody involved. It's a tough situation.
Yeah, it's tough. And Shayna was there, and it's to see the whole thing take place. Time stops.
Yes. and it did for everybody there. You know, all the teams. It wasn't just his team. It wasn't just the people that were there with him. It was everybody.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It affected and it still is affecting everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So our hearts and prayers bleed and ache for the Taylor family. In all seriousness, I know we joke around just like Jackson would, but it's a big thing for us, and it's huge, and I don't want anybody to think that it's not taken serious. But the show must go on, as he would probably say, and they went ahead and did Saturday night, and they rolled with it. And yes, with heavy hearts, and you know, the horses were probably, it's just heaviness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give Shayna the honor to read the placings for that rodeo. And so you go for it.
So in third place, Singleton Ranches from Laramie, New Mexico. That was Grant Mitchell, Greg Gudgel, Jeff Bilberry, Jacob Gudgel, Brad Shadle, and Tanner Hart. And then in second place, it was Winders Cattle Company, Perrin Cattle. They were out of Clovis, New Mexico, and Hereford, Texas. Those team members are James Winders, Tate Bennett, Bubba Garcia, Riley Smith, and Mike Crump. And then our first place winners were Circle M8 Landon Cattle out of Silverton. Those team members are Philip Reynolds, Rye Reynolds, Chance Holcomb, Jade Smith, and Casey Pope.
You talk about that team right there. They've been here twice, I believe. Twice. Once, twice.
I think this is their third.
This will be their third time here. And their son Rye just graduated high school. He's a scholarship recipient, and he is a hoot. And they give him a hard time because now he wears his buttons down to here and chains. And he's got his Hawaiian shirt on, and he cut his locks of love. But I saw him in Waurika, and I was all, stop. Let me get a picture of this. And he just
grown up young man.
stood there and just took it. And Philip's like, "Good job," his dad.
Uh-huh.
Good job.
Yep.
And he's like, "Yeah." I mean, let the kids live, let them live. But oh my God, he's a sweetheart of a kid. So we're gonna actually talk to his dad, Philip, and we're gonna talk to him and roll right in. And we're headed to Silverton to talk to Philip right now.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and get Philip on the phone. Flies are a big problem for your horses. Get control with Horse Lick supplements, fortified with Clarify Larvicide, the first and proven leader in feed-through fly control. Proven more than 96% effective at reducing fly populations. Clarify Larvicide controls 4 species of flies to protect your horses. Not only will you rest easy knowing that you're combating flies with the latest technology in fly control, you'll also be supplementing your horses with the added nutrients they need to live their best life. Learn more about Horse Lick supplements with Clarify Larvicide at horselick.com. That's HORSLIC.com. And we got him on the phone, Philip Reynolds. Congratulations, coming to Amarillo this November.
Man,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
you're welcome, Philip. You know, when you just said it, the government was tuning in on us a little bit, and they were trying to censor Philip and I. And I think that's what happened. I think because this, ladies and gentlemen, this is like our 9th attempt to call Philip. And I believe that they have a tracking device on me, and I believe that they knew I was talking to the other alien, and so I think they were like,
Yeah, I did get a text from the FBI just a minute ago. Just saying.
"Bring it on, you beep! Bring it on."
They didn't want to hear what we had to say.
No, I was just bragging about you and your son, and you blamed it on the echo, but I think it was Debbie saying, "Don't forget the damn eggs, Philip."
Hey, congrats on the win, bud.
Hard.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a hard one to win, huh? That was a difficult rodeo, brother.
Yes, it was.
But we mustered through it, and hats off to you guys for handling the situation. Everybody there.
Yes.
It's a little tough. It's a little heavy, and I'm probably. We dedicated the rodeo show to Jackson, but it's not taken away from. He would be happy for you guys to win the shot. So welcome to the Amarillo. Gates are open for you guys, and we're excited to see you. And I sure can't wait to see Rye. And I've already got like 10 women lined up for him. No, young ladies.
Easy now, Hooper.
Young ladies, not
Easy.
women.
Casey's matchmaking service.
Yeah. I bet he'll appreciate that.
Well, I'm here, not only do we educate them, but we will also help them
Is that
get
the
their
emergency
journey.
broadcast system going
That's
on
the
over there?
government.
Yep.
You just flagged us.
I don't care.
Everybody run for the hills.
Philip and I are in it to win it, man.
So our friends heard all that, right? Y'all could tell.
No, they can't. They can't. I don't think the
Okay.
mic shouldn't pick up the ES.
Well, just so y'all know, the emergency broadcast system of Amarillo just went off in Craig's office. So we're all like, fallout shelter, fallout shelter.
Craig, you know what that was? Philip and Craig, you know what that was, Sheena? That was the Amber Alert because we have Lehman in here, and they're wondering why he.
No, wait a minute. That didn't come out right. Jeez.
Oh, not for stealing. We'd got you.
Yeah, good God.
With one little girl and a giant lady that looks like a peach have this little cowboy by his legs. Amber Alert, child abduction.
I am being abused, I promise you people. Send
Oh, my
help.
gosh.
Send help.
Oh, my
Okay,
goodness.
Philip, it's not
I
about
bet that happens daily.
Oh, brother, you know it. You know it.
Yeah.
By Shayna.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell us,
Always my fault.
Yeah.
hey, ask Philip what he thought of his events. What was the hard, like,
Hey
go through?
Philip,
You were there.
Philip, what'd you think of your events?
Oh, that's
good one.
awesome. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a tough old rodeo. You know how it is. They're all tough now. So
Yeah, how
And
many
then-
teams were there?
a lot of emotions. It was,
Sure.
had to deal with, and a lot of things going on. So it was a rodeo nobody will ever forget. I'm
I'm
sure.
into that.
For
I'm
sure.
sure not.
Yeah, so there were 11 teams, and y'all were actually the only team that had a time in all events Friday and all events Saturday.
Whew.
So,
Yeah, we had a rodeo that you always try to have, and it's awful hard to make it work sometimes.
Yeah,
For sure.
because the weekend before, it was one of those rodeos that you might have not have wished you had some of those events in Wairika.
You're exactly right. That's
So it
exactly
made
right.
up, and just like anything that we do, it can switch on you at any given moment. When you're hot, you're hot.
That's right.
I mean, so did you rope, Philip? Did you run the milk? I know you did.
Yes, it was just four of us. We went with me and Chance and Rye and Jade.
Jade was-
And me and Jade roped together and stray gathering, and Chance and Rye roped together and stray gathering.
Yeah.
But
So,
you didn't. You ran the milk though, right? He did. He has to. He's the
Yes,
notorious-
well,
They
I
got
milked
four.
the cow.
Yeah.
That's probably why they got
I
four.
milked the
because
cow. I
Phil-
didn't run the milk.
Let me tell you, Philip is a milker son of a gun. And when he loses his hat, it's all business. Literally.
Yeah, they won't let me run. They said you run too slow, so I didn't argue with them.
Hey, I've seen you run. Don't, maybe not this one, but you run fast. So
Philip, did Jade ride the bronc for you, I assume?
oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, he rode the bronc. Had two real good bronc rides.
74 and a half and an 80.
80.
I would say
Yes,
he
sir.
had two good rides.
He rode his bronc in Wairika, if I recall, didn't he?
Yes, he
did.
was
He went to the-
second at Wairika.
Yeah. And you talk about a humble young man. Craig, you got to meet this kid. So, a little tidbit. And since Jackson was a storyteller, so therefore our radio station can go a little long, but we were at Alpine, and they were all, that was the first time they'd qualified. Was at Alpine 3 years ago, whatever it was. And I'm taking their picture, and I wanted just the crew there. And I snapped a picture, and Jade's brother was there. He's all, take out your dip, Mom might see. And he's like, oh my gosh. And he
Said
was-
that to Jade?
yeah, because Mom's going to see this picture, take out, and he busted his lip. He had busted his lip at that rodeo. And
Yeah.
anyway, that's what I always will remember
funny.
that, because he's that, every person loves their mama.
Yeah.
It don't matter how old you get. It doesn't matter what. Mamas rock. And so he was like, hey, bro, take your dip out. Mom might see this picture.
That's funny.
Philip was in it, too.
Hey, I'm curious in the branding, who drugged the calf for you?
Rye drug
That's
for
what
us
I
this
figured.
time.
This is the two times in the branding. 38 seconds, 39 seconds.
Wow.
Youth is amazing.
How old is Rye now? 19?
18.
18?
He's 18 now. Yes, sir.
How about them apples?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty impressive.
Yep.
I hope he goes to class and doesn't just spend all his time roping calves.
Well, I do too, but I bet I bet they'll be on him pretty hard over there.
I bet he'll be on. He's gonna. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to show up to class just to sit there one day. I hope he wears his Hawaiian shirt.
They guys had a good rodeo. I'm just looking at the overall. They were top 5 in every event. 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 4th place. Philip, you couldn't have asked for a, stronger showing. You guys just knocked it out of the park, really.
All we need to do is have a rodeo like that at the final.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For 2 times.
Yeah.
Times
twice.
2.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's consistency, and like Craig has heard before us say, you don't have to win every event. You just have to remain consistent.
Yep.
And you have to just chip away, and that's you don't have to win every
They were
event.
solid. 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 4th.
That's pretty solid.
Really solid.
That's a good
And
rodeo.
if Jade would have been running the milk, they'd have won the milking probably instead of.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, he just milked. He didn't run it.
Oh, he didn't run. Sorry, Philip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have to run it.
Well, he's getting milk this morning. Debbie sent him to go milk this morning, so we might want to let him go because she's
Yeah, we
looking at her watch.
we got along good in our dreaded event, the sorting.
Oh, the dreaded
I think we
event.
were the only team. Yeah, we were the only team that had 2 times, and both real good times. So we was real happy with that because sometimes it seems like that's our killer.
Boy, I tell
The
you
eliminator pin, as they say
Yes.
on the sorting. And you're right.
Yeah.
Actually, there were 2 ranches that had times both nights in the sorting.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But there were 3 times Friday night and 3 times Saturday night, so it's pretty tough.
I don't know why I just don't let Sheena say. I'm just keep covering her up. She's the one that knows everything.
I don't know everything.
You do. Just
I don't
tell
know
me
everything.
to check a pit. Hussy. Casey the hussy. Hooter Casey.
Don't touch that.
Casey, y'all gonna have to work on Shayna. I asked her why she didn't have her hat on. I said Casey and Peyton come, they have their hat on.
Because
She gave me an awful bad look.
yeah, because you know what? You can't hide under all that beauty. That I have to hide my beauty. She exposes her beauty, Philip, and she's actually when I'm around her, I get attention. So I want her just to stay the way she is. She makes life sweet. That's good.
I try. I'm a mess.
Philip, we're happy you guys got qualified. I know it was under tough situation beyond measure, but doesn't take away from the fact y'all had a great rodeo. Congratulations. Well deserved, and we wish you all the luck at the World Championship.
And
Thank you. We'll be ready.
And you know, Philip and the team, we've all been blessed. And we never know when blessings we're blessed. So please relay back to your team, thank you. And thank you for the camaraderie and all the respect that you guys show everybody there. And God's good, and we just appreciate you, Philip. Please pass that on to the team.
Thank you. I sure appreciate it, and I'll pass it on to them.
Yes, sir.
See you, Philip.
Adios,
Bye.
Philip.
Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Good bunch of people.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
bunch of people.
Yep.
So proud to have them back. And that if you've never, I competed in our Youth World Championship when we had that event early on. But he can ride against anybody.
Yeah.
He
So,
loves it.
Impressive
He
to
digs
see.
it.
I mean, seriously, two times under 40 seconds in the branding, and
4 men.
that's on him.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
a
on
4-man team.
Impressive.
That's
Impressive.
good.
Sheena, I'm sorry I covered you up.
That's okay.
If you want to
Okay.
see them, right, Thursday and Sunday is about it. Right, Thursday, Sunday tickets, and you talk
Yeah.
to the Youth Ranch Rodeo tickets still available.
That's right. In November, so we're talking about the World Championship, November 9th through the 12th. Our Friday and Saturday sold out. Thanks to everybody for that. That's awesome. Thursday and Sunday, get your tickets for those. But then, as Craig mentioned, that Youth World Championship is Saturday at 1 o'clock, and there's still tickets available for that. So we appreciate you guys' support.
And watch party.
on Friday and
There you
Saturday
go.
night.
Hit it, Shayna.
It's happening on site. There will be concessions, a bar, all the things, and live rodeo feeds. So.
Yes. Casey will bring dirt.
That's an
And
added attraction we've
Yes.
assigned. There's, yeah,
a dirt
Casey's going to
tying
be
contest.
Okay.
adding to the
Yeah.
ambiance.
I'll throw dirt. Be like a cat in the litter box. Hope no one wore chapstick.
Danielle, I promise at the next show, Craig will be wearing a horse slick cap. It's my bad. It's all on me. All on me.
What's the cool logo?
Yeah.
Oh, it is purple.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Excellent. Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, yeah, WRCA.org for all your info on the
Look at
World
Stan over there
Championships. And
contributing.
Hey,
Yep.
real quick.
Attaboy.
download the free app. Yep.
Hey, real quick, and I know they're like, oh my God, here she goes again. So the guys putting in my air conditioning currently, right now, said that they got online. They know when the dates are.
Mhm.
Everybody who puts a sink into a toilet stopper at my house knows when the championship dates are, because we have to schedule all this around
Yep.
this life. And he said, well, I didn't realize that tickets were $230. I said, stop right there. I said, don't do it.
No.
He was like looking at me, and I said, do not. That's a scam.
Yep.
Because Friday, he was trying to get Friday night tickets. He said, I ain't spending $1,200. I mean, I love what y'all do, but I'm not spending $1,200 on tickets. Do not go that way. And he didn't. He said, I smelt the rat and didn't. So that's just prime example.
Yeah.
It's happening right now.
Yep.
It's currently happening.
That's a good point. And we have calls come in. Please do not go to your internet and Google or do a search for anything.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yep.
That's
Type
life in
into
general.
your URL box WRCA.org, or the other way, Shane, probably the easiest. If you have social media, click on our links
Our
off
links.
of our posts
Only our links,
on
Yeah.
our yeah.
not the comments. Just their
Yeah.
post.
Yeah, the comments are funny, too. Hey, I can't go. I've got a doctor's appointment this weekend. Well, that's funny because it's in 3 months, you liar.
I think I'm gonna go.
Don't buy tickets from strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
WRCA.org. All right. We're going to wrap this one up, and then if you scroll a little bit further, you'll see another rodeo we're going to talk about next, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll do this again in a second.
All right.
See y'all.
Adios.